Hey guys, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How you doing? Well, I think this is going to be my last topwater video. Uh, Getting ready to go away tomorrow to Champlain for 2 weeks for a fishing camp. So I wanted to finish up all the topwater videos that we've been doing. So the last category of baits is the popper. Excellent, excellent topwater bait. This is actually an old man's chugging spit. It's got the little hole on top there. I couldn't even remember who made these, and then I looked it up online and just found this. Oh, that's it, chugging spit from Mans. Had a couple of those laying around that I wanted to put some hooks on, so they've got new hooks on them. But this was always a good popper. But this is my box of poppers right here, and I'll show you the ones. I mean, the ones I used kind of the most is kind of like this bone, just Rebel popper. It's kind of always been like my standby. And I dressed it with the, some red hooks with the, the feather tail on there. But that's kind of like my go-to. And when I throw a popper, I like to do it, I like to do it on a spinning setup. This is just one of my Ardent spinning rods. I believe it's a 7-foot medium, 10-pound mono. Always want to use mono for your topwaters, or unless you want to use braid. I have used braid sometimes. Braid is nice because you can chuck it a mile, but I can chuck this pretty far with just the braid, or the mono. But I tend to use, I've used both braid and mono, but I tend to use the mono most often. And that's just a Ardent Ignite 3000 series reel, brand new last year. And I think I just get better action throwing it on. I think it's easier to cast a popper on spinning. I think I get better action on it, and I just prefer it. If you like throwing it on a bait caster, that's up to you. But if you haven't tried it on a spinning setup, definitely give it a shot. And when you throw it out there, you just, especially if you got fish busting, and you can just make a long cast right to where they're busting bait. It's great when it plops right in the middle of them, and then they just hammer it. But it's a great open water. You don't want to get around too thick a cover with these. I mean, if you've got like, if you got submergent grass, obviously that's good. But if you've got like, scattered pads, it can be good around those areas. But I tend to, keep this on the outside of weed lines if they're topped out. But if you have submergent grass, it's great way to cover water, see how active the fish are. And, it's a great bite. When they're on a popper bite, it's really a great bite. As far as brands go, like I said, the Rebel popper is kind of like the old standby. You can get some of the high-end ones from Mega Bass and Duo Realis and Yellow Magic if you guys like those high-end poppers. I have no problem with these more cost-efficient ones. So I don't have any of the real super expensive ones here. But just a Rebel popper. I always do well with white or like that bone color. Some of these are stuck together. That's a Rebel popper, but the small size, which I'll use sometimes. Most of the time I just use this regular size here. But I got a couple here you can see a lot of these. I put a lot of those feather hooks on the back of these, but little chrome with the blue back. But you can see I've got a lot of the white and the bone color because that's the one I throw the most. Always done well with it. Got actually 3 of them right there, and then a couple of small ones. Let's see what else we have here. As far as, I think these are all Rebels too. Some different Rebel poppers, like a baby bass type color. That black back. They're kind of stuck together, but you get the idea. That's those are the Rebels right there. And I think that's it as far as the Rebels go. I do have, these are some of this one I've actually used quite a bit the last, since actually, I should say the last few years since I've got them. Before I assume they're discontinued because I haven't seen them out. This is the old Live Target one, like their Bait Bull series ones. These worked great. These worked awesome. It had good, it had a lot of good action. It made that, that popping, sound nice and loud. They casted well. It's a shame they don't make them anymore. So I got, I've caught a lot of fish on these. The green one, the blue one, the black one. But if you guys still have these laying around, these are awesome. That old Live Target Bait Bull series, they're poppers. They were great. Really like those a lot. These are Strike King. They're, I think KVD Splash, is that it? I don't know. That's what they call it now. They may not have called it then, but I got a couple. For me, usually if I see a popper, it's just kind of like this is kind of like that general size. It's really the color. If I see a color I really like and I think the fish might really go for it, that's kind of how I gauge like if I'm going to buy another popper. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go grab that one and try it out because they're all pretty much the same type of body. But I saw that one from Strike King and said, oh, I like that white with the orange underneath. So Strike King one is fine. That's a good one too. Let's see. Here's an old school Excalibur. If I can get these apart here. Definitely redid all these hooks. You guys who remember, that's the bigger size popper. Here's the size I'm usually throwing. There's that bigger size. Every now and then I'll chuck the big one, but a lot of times I use that regular size. But here, this is the old Excalibur pop-in image. Bill Dance. These were great when they came out. I think Heddon's making these now. The pop-in image. I think you can get them from Heddon, but they're really awesome. Great paint jobs on them. Very realistic, fishy-looking patterns. I like those a lot. I don't remember who made these. These might actually have been Yamamoto. I can't remember. If you guys have ever seen this popper with like those eyes that are like fish, I can't remember who made these. I got them, and they're nice. Caught fish on them, but I couldn't remember who made them. I don't remember if it was a Yamamoto hard bait or not. I can't remember. If I find out, I'll let you know. They may not even make them anymore if it is Yamamoto, but caught a lot of fish on these. Got a few of those. I showed you the old man's, chug and spit. Had that little hole on the water would shoot out there. These work great. These went, actually, I did put good hooks on those. I'm going to definitely bring those with me this week. These are, I don't think, actually that one could use a new hook. I believe these are Lucky Crafts. Because this is a G-Splash. So I think they're all Lucky Crafts. I don't know if they make the G-Splash anymore. I don't know that for a fact. This is the G-Splash from Lucky Crafts right here. Nice pop bar. I believe this is a G. I think this is one too, but I'm not sure. They look different. I'm not sure what this one is. This might just be a random brand there that's mixed in with my two G-Splashes. I don't know if Lucky Craft still makes that, but that was a good pop bar. When I do the description and do the bait links, I'll see what's around. Here's the old standby. How many fish did we catch on the Super Pop R, the Zell Rollin' back in the day when it came out? These were great. Got a couple of them left from over the years. Gone through many hooks on them. This one actually could use a back hook, back hooks. But the old Zell Rollin' Super Pop R. These were awesome when they came out. I think that's the same. They're both the same color. Now I wish I had 10 of them. But great baits, great topwater baits, classic bait there. And the old Storm Chug Bug. These are great too. Caught a lot of fish on the Storm Chug Bug. So, I mean, whatever brand you like, as I always say, that's good. It's all basically the same idea. If it's got the castability you like, if it's got the action, the sounds you like, and you catch fish on it, go with it. But there's just a few brands here for you to see. Oh, it actually says Rattling Chug Bug. The other ones didn't say the name on them still. It's all worn off. There's the Rattling Chug Bug from Storm. Caught a lot of fish on these. But that's it, guys. I only have one box of poppers that I really, I have some old ones that are in a bag that don't have hooks on them that are pretty beat up. Maybe one day I'll repaint them or something, or send them to Pete and have him repaint them for me. I kind of showed you these the other day. This is the Bubble Walker, this big, huge popper from River to Sea. I don't even remember where I got that from. So if you want a big popper, try one like this. I don't really throw these huge ones like that. Like, I don't even know where this one came from. That might just be actually, that's a Realis Fang Pop 105. I don't know where I got both of these, but those are big poppers. I don't know if they're going to see the water this weekend. I'll just probably throw this box in the boat and be good to go. But that's it, guys. So, I mean, it's a really, all topwater fishing is fun. And any of these topwater baits I talked about, they're all great. They're all fun. They all have different times when they shine. When, you know, they one day they may want a buzz bait, one day they may want a popper, one day they may want a frog. And a lot of it depends on the cover you're fishing too. You know, obviously the pop bar, open water. The buzz baits, open water. The spook, open water. The pop bar, open water. The whopper plopper, open water. And then, for the heavy cover, your frog baits, those are better, like the hollow body frog, the soft bait, the soft plastic frogs. Those are for your real heavy, heavy, heavy cover. So depending on what you're fishing, what type of lake you're in, how thick the weeds are. But if you've got submergent grass, any of these are good. Any of these are good. Moving a topwater bait over, if you've got like a few feet of water on top of that grass, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. And now is the time of year. It's the heat of July, summer is here. And you can sometimes do this all day. You don't need, be out at 5 in the morning or 8 at night before the sun goes down. Not that that's not when the fish start to get active. Those are good times to throw topwater too, but sometimes all day long you can catch fish on top. So there's my pop R box. There's some of the different ones that I like to use. If you guys have any favorites, let us know. I don't have any Yellow Magics or any of the Mega Bass, the more pricey ones. I just kind of stick with my, if I was going to go out and throw a pop R tomorrow, I would probably, I'm actually going to tie one up for the trip. I'll probably just tie this Rebel on, this Rebel pop R. I got a lot of confidence in it. I've caught a lot of fish on it. And I'll go with that. And if it's a good pop R bite, if I find one, I'll try some different ones just to see how they react to them. But that's it, guys. So tie one on. Like I said, I recommend trying it. If you haven't tried it with spinning, try it. You'll get better casts. It's just, to me, it's an easier way to work a pop bar. To me, it's awkward working it with a caster, with a bait caster. I think a spinning setup is just much better. And mono or braid, don't use fluoro. Fluoro sinks, so don't use that for your topwater stuff. And that's it. So if any questions, please let me know. If there's any other pop bars out there you guys like, fill me in. Maybe I'll try them out. But I'm pretty well stocked up here for the time being. But that's it, guys. So once again, heading to Champlain tomorrow. Look forward to some video from there. I'm going to bring the cameras. I'll probably run them. Probably be a lot of shorts. The issue up there is usually cell service and Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a little sketchy up there. Whether I can download, a full-length video, I don't know. Maybe I'll do some short ones. I'll see what I can do. I'll try my best. It'll probably be a lot of shorts, more shorts from the boat and fishing shorts and things like that. And we'll take it from there. We'll see what I can do. Whatever I can, if I can get stuff to upload, I'll definitely post some. But keep your eyes out for that. So the 6th through the 19th, I'll be up on Champlain with the Candlewood Fishing Camp up there fishing, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. But thanks for watching. Please like and share this video. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon on YouTube. Mark out.